Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, whatever pronoun you decide to call yourself, I truly cannot stop you. The holidays are coming around. We're in December, it's Christmas time, and if you're like me, you know two things: cheap prices on things, and you really like to buy swords or collect swords or make them yourself, as I do. Now, I say swords because I watch anime, everyone watches anime nowadays. I collect them, I make them, and I always wanted a sword that you could use to cut things. It wouldn't bend, it wouldn't break, it's strong, it's durable, it could last the test of time basically, and have it be affordable at the same time. Now, I've been to every store in golf, not in golf. Every store in Trinidad, I've been to golf, C3, Westmore, South Park, even been to a few in Tobago when I went like a while, like a long time back. I still remember that. I still remember checking it out. And almost every sword I found in any store falls into one of two categories: cheap carbon copies that will snap and break at the slightest thing you slap it on, which is honestly just meant to be a decoration. Those bitches go for like $1,200 to $1,500, and sometimes even more, just because they made it look like Trafalgar Law's sword from like One Piece, or like a sword from Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is ridiculously popular nowadays. Every katana sword in there, you could just take a whole list and full of store. Demon Slayer is popular nowadays. Katana swords are popular. Those things go for like 1,200 to 1,500, and you really can't cut anything with them, which is frustrating because if I'm gonna buy something that can essentially get me a 42-inch TV in Anans, I want to be able to slice something with it. And the second one that you're gonna encounter is even, well, not technically worse, because these ones you could cut things with it, but I'm telling you no, you can't. Let me explain why. Those swords are the proper ones. Proper blade, proper folding, proper heat treat, proper, where's the thing on the blade line? Proper hammer line, habiki, suka, hammer, everything. It works perfectly. Those things go from up to 2,000 plus. And this is why I said you're probably not going to be hitting it or trying to cut anything with it, because why are you going to try to cut something with a $2,000 sword? You could have bought two TVs and lunch with that. You're not gonna just you're not gonna just casually take out a $2,000 sword and then just swing it at a coconut tree. You're gonna be afraid it's going to break. You're gonna be afraid it's going to bend, even though it's a proper sword. You're still gonna feel guilty trying to swing it around unless you need to. And these are two examples that I made up just to get my point across. This is how you can identify them, because I'm very certain just about anybody has seen at least one or both of these in any given store when they were searching for it. This is the first one that I mentioned, a cheap carbon cut sword. Look at this piece here. This part goes into the scabbard, which is the part of the sword, the scabbard host, however I call it. That makes it fit inside there snug, so the blade doesn't slip out when you just flip it upside down. Look at how thin this is. That is too thin to cut into anything, and I have searched these swords myself. I researched these things. The handle all the way in, if the blade length itself doesn't go to at least half tang, it will be the entire length of the handle with a rat tail tang. Now, a rat tail tang is what they do with these files, right? They just take a tail, make a circle out of it, and they stick it inside the handle, and then they say, yeah, that's perfect. But to be fair, these swords that go for like 12 to 1,500, they're more for decoration. They just have the blade to say, oh, look, sharp and shiny. But you really can't cut or hit or slice anything with it because they're gonna break. Now this is a proper sword. First thing, starting off on the exact same thing here, it stops it from sliding out the scabbard or the casing, this here. Look at the thickness on it. That is a thick proper blade. It's been folded, heat treated. You can see the differential with the lighting here, even though it might just be that. The blade here is naturally harder, while the top is a bit darker, which means it's just softer on the metal, because that is through a method called clay hardening, which is what gives it the hammer line at the bottom piece here. You see it runs from the tip of the blade all the way to the back. That is where they took clay, layered it on the top, and then they heat treated the sword for differential hardening. The top eye will remain soft, the underneath will remain hard, and that gives it a hard blade with a very, well, flexible-esque blade. But no two hamons will ever be the same. Unlike these, you could just pick up any random like replica sword. You will just see this thing on it all the time. The exact same line, the same waves. It's honestly disappointing. And those are the two swords you're going to majoritively see in Trinidad. And they're expensive as shit. What are you gonna be paying for 1,500 for a sword? The first one you pay 1,500 for, you can't even swing it at anything. The second one you pay like 2,000 plus for, because the last one and the cheapest one that I priced out was in Denverman, South Park, earlier this year. It was a proper sword, and it went for 2,400. That was Roronoa Zoro's Wado Ichimonji. You know the white sword, the long white one, the original. It was that sword. $2,400 for a sword that doesn't even have a hammer line, a proper blade, and the entire thing's just a silk white. Now, I know that would be an extremely wonderful thing for somebody to collect, buy, have hung on the wall. If you have a home intruder, by all means, Ronui Kenshin them back to your heart's content. Now, this is where I came in. So I decided if I can get a sword that's cheap, affordable, strong, and will last the test of time, why not make my own? Yes, this is made by me, all by hand, full metal. This thing, you can bend it as much as you like. It will just go back straight, full tang all the way down to the handle. And you see that water bottle behind me for almost the entire duration of the video. You can tell this boy sharp. And yeah, I have beaten this thing against coconuts, bones. Yes, bones. I had to help with some beef cutting, and this thing, yeah, this thing cuts like butter, as you just saw. And if you're wondering, just because the blade is slightly thin, you can legitimately just hang a coconut off of it and it will not do anything. And yes, this is a heavy ass coconut. I really hope you heard that audio. But yeah, I decided to make my own, and I wondered, why wouldn't anybody else want one? So I'm selling. Don't pay $1,500, which is essentially how much you're gonna be throwing out for a 42-inch TV by Anand's. Not even for a Christmas sale. You can literally just get that day. And this is not sponsored, by the way. Don't even start thinking that. And don't pay $2,000 for a sword that you're probably gonna feel guilty about swinging anyway. And yeah, I make it with the blade looking like this. It has a lot of years on it actually. This thing is going almost 4 years strong since I made it. Look at the edge on this thing. Yeah, it's kind of rusty and dark, but still. No teeth, shiny edge. And yeah, you can beat this thing as I've shown you with a coconut and a bottle. You can beat this thing against a coconut tree. As much as you like, you will sooner cut the tree down than dent this blade, than bend it, than break it. This thing will dominate all. And I selling it cheap too. If you want blanks like these where you just want a cool looking sword, 3 to 500. But I am looking to flex my creative abilities, and if you want custom swords like those found in Demon Slayer, One Piece, or any other anime you would like, or any other anime you like or are a fandom of, by all means tell me, talk to me. I love doing work for people. Talk to me. I am a very reasonable person. We could work out a price by any means necessary. And this is not the only blade type that I use. I actually have a second one here that I made. Yes, the casing as well. I actually have a second one here that I made. This one's slightly thicker because the material I used was a bit more dense, but yeah, this thing will stand the test of time, and don't even matter the rust, that does not stop the blade from being sharp. I don't even want to run my fingers on the edge of this thing. That does not stop the blade from being sharp, and it isn't even that hard to sharpen it. Just take a regular triangle file, I just go over it a few times, bada boom, bada bing, you're done. So you see, For blanks like these, 300. For blanks like these, 3 to 500. For any custom made swords, by all means, call me, text me, message my Instagram. I will always try my best to respond. If you would like custom swords like those found in any anime that you like, talk to me. We will cut a price. If you want the blanks just like these and just want like a really cool looking blade, as the casing comes with it as well, just slide them inside there, you're good to go. Just yeah. So the blanks is relatively cheap. 3 to 500, you're not really losing out on anything. And as I proved to you, it's sharp as hell and able to just, a whole coconut, you could just hold it on the end of it and it wouldn't bend. Just to prove my point, you saw me do it with the black one. Here's the white one. I don't bullshit with the quality of my stuff. Alright? And yeah, this is just me swinging it lightly and it's stuck. If I actually gave this force, I'll get it out after. If I actually gave this force, I would go straight through it. And I have. So, message me on Instagram, DM me, private message me. If you have my phone number, you already know me in real life, Idris Hamid. By all means, give me a call. I would love to work with you. And if you would like to have a sort of your very own, message me.